STS deprogrammed for a reason, because I had to get rid of that old programming that nearly took my life away. It's real life shit. That's why I'm here today. And yeah, we're back with Lady Crown, and we don't stay down, we stay up, and we don't chat pop. But it's not real talk. It's another midweek catch up, and I've got a lot of energy right now. And yeah, man, shout outs to Queen Michelle out there.
Big up.
A lot of synchronicities,
Oh,
you know.
my goodness.
Oh my god.
You'll have to send me some of them headbands, sweetheart.
Trust me. And big ups to the matriarch of the family, my grandma, who's going to be 85 years old tomorrow.
85 years young.
Okay.
We don't do it.
You got to flip it. You got to flip it. 85 years young.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Let me show you.
Yeah, got a little picture there.
Yeah. There she is. The matriarch of the family. Likobochi Talawa. 5'2", 7 children.
Yeah.
8 children.
Yeah.
Whole heap of grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll be proper enjoying ourselves and celebrating a special day.
Yeah, man. Greetings to you all. Bit chilly. Like Queen Michelle did.
Chilly.
Bit chilly.
Bless.
Oh, I love that.
It's beautiful.
But yeah, yeah, man. What you gotta say to the people then, you know? You know what I mean? What you gotta say? I've got sage tea right here. You know, get your sage tea down, yeah?
Damn,
yeah.
Get your sage
tea down, yeah?
Mine's some CBD coffee. I like to have a cup every now and again. Run out, so I had to put an order in a couple of days ago. Very good.
Yeah, man. You know, it's beautiful when you have this information, you know, because it allows you to take the right action. And me and Lady Crown do this every day, you know. Trust me, we really live this, man. Like, we ain't just here to chat, you get me? Like, you know, a lot of people like to chat like a sit back or backside text center.
Oh, what does that mean? STS.
That's people that talk a lot. Whatnot, you know what I mean?
Verbal diarrhea is a more accurate,
yeah,
translation for it. That's what it means.
Okay. You know me, I'm always trying to be
Mm-hmm.
set. But yeah, I remember when you first said that back in the day, you know, when I was young, I thought, yo, you got to teach me that, you know. I didn't stop until I learned how to say it. You know what I mean? Like, it's fire, fam. It just flows off the tongue now. But yeah.
Shout out to the man like Carlos.
Oh yeah,
our lovely assistant.
When
we got here, and today he was already here, sorted out the chickens, watered in the polytunnel, and just potted around and did a few bits. So we could literally come in and sit down and get the kettle on and do what we normally do, because otherwise I'd be doing all of that before coming to do this. So shout out to you, Carlos, and his Earth Strong is on Friday, the 2nd of June. So have a wonderful time. If you check into this vid, I'm sure Captain Kirby will send it to you, so you know that we shouted you out on the podcast. So yeah, Grand Risings, greetings to everyone of Una out there. It's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful world, and it's a beautiful life. Trust me, for those of us that
creating our own reality.
Absolutely. You see what? You see how STS just finishes off what I'm going to say?
Oh, I'm not sharp,
because,
every second, baby. Trust me.
I'm saying, born ready, This year one, you're born ready. Trust me.
I have to go through it, though.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I mean?
Listen, if we're not going for the dark night of the soul, then you haven't gone through anything.
No.
The revelations that are coming out now that have been suppressed, those of you that are tapped in and switched on, you're hearing them, you're seeing them. I mean, the whole world is a stage.
Trust me. That's not no joke.
And it's a shitty, crappy play. It's not even a good movie. You got to watch some movies and you say, "Oh man, that movie was wicked," and you ring and tell everybody, promote it for them because it's so good. It's what the Kanye say about his crappy meal or happy meal came with a.
Oh, I forgot.
You remember that? Everybody remembers. Yeah,
I sold myself for a crappy deal. Oh, I can't remember.
Crappy deal came with a Happy Meal or something like that.
Came with 2 toys like a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Something like that.
It's
something like that.
Theatre, 100% theatre. Everything. Like I said to you on Monday, the revelations with Phil and all the rest of it, and his brother. Yeah, these things are what's happening, but it's yes a distraction to take you away from what's really going on. You know, Germany's gone into recession. Listen, no shit, Sherlock. I think the whole world's been in a recession for the last 2 years. But they keep printing and pretending and building and, letting lots of people just walk over, swim over, however they want to come into the country, then put them up in a hotel and do all kind of madness. You must be able to look around and say to yourself, hang on a second, what the flip is going on? And if you're not doing that, then you're in la la land. Trust me, because it's going to massively impact on everybody. Everything that's been done is done on purpose. Don't for 1 minute think that, oh, what a tragedy. No, it's not. It's all been done on purpose. All of the sudden departures that are taking place, and I don't mean airplanes flying off to freaking Costa del Sol. I mean departures, checking out, transitioning. Yeah, those are happening for a reason, and only if you've got cognitive dissonance are you going to go, oh well, yeah, well they had a good life. Oh, it's got a bit short, but and not equate it to some procedures that they might have had. I spoke a couple of months ago, might have been a few weeks ago, about the increases in strokes in young people, unprecedented, never heard of before. But yet again, nobody wanting to go there. Nobody wants to talk about or address the elephant in the room. But the more you suppress something, the more it will come up. And when it comes up, and it literally come out in one big hulabala, halabaloo, where it's going to be, oh my God, people hands on heads, can't believe what they're hearing. I think unless people actually see, and guess what, you've been shown all along, everything that's been happening, all of the, sexualizing of your children and barricading them in the school and making so-called public schools now private, it's been happening right in front of your face. Holy per symbolisms that have always been there, but we've not paid any attention to because we're caught up in the Maya. The Maya is running around like a headless chicken, trying to rob Peter to pay Paul, look after your youths, then go to work. Exactly. Elsewhere. It's all distract. And then when you want to wind down, all you want to do is chill, kick back, bun a zoot. You know what I'm saying?
Kick back, bun a zoot.
Yo, fam. Kick back. Bun a zoot, have a drink and just chillax because your mind is so, fraught with all the things that are happening, all done by design. You know what I'm saying? There aren't any debts. None of us owe anything, but we've been made to assume debts and have mortgages and have all these things, have loans and all the rest of it, when all of it's fake. It's all fake, but it's been controlled so well by these 13 bloodlines, by these Khazarian mafia, and that's what they are, Khazarian mafia. They're not the original Jews. We all really know who the original Jews are. Yeah, the Khazarian mafia. They've been doing this for centuries. For centuries, and it's just rolled over. But as time's gone on, more knowledge and information has been put onto the planet, been given to us. You know what I'm saying? Those benevolent beings have always been there, but sometimes they have to let things take place. Do you know what I mean? When you're saying to somebody, look, perhaps you ought to do something other than what you're doing because it could have a detrimental effect on your mental health and your physical health, and they hear what you're saying, and then they go and do the exact same thing that's causing a problem. It's kind of like that with the benevolent beings, you know what I mean? Because they put everything out there for, feel if it's see, so we can start waking up and going, oh my God, what's happening? Let's do something. But like I said, they'll only intervene when they need to. And right about now, I dare say that's exactly what they're doing.
We got guardian angels around us.
Oh,
but they're only willing to connect when you ask. When you ask, you shall receive.
Absolutely.
As simple as that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people aren't aware of this. They think life's attacking them.
Yeah.
What it's responding to.
Or start doing the right things.
Yeah, you have to. There you go. So
yeah,
you're batted, Joe. Backside. But yeah. But yeah, action, man. Action.
Yeah.
Not all this chatting business. I know we do it all the time when we come on here because we have to. We're giving a message. I don't come here just to be silent. Otherwise you'll tap it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, take the right action and it will get you the right results. Everything's connected. Action and reaction all the time. You know what I mean? Also, key thing here, yeah. CTA, conscious thought, action. When you do this all the way through the day, you're going to be manifesting very quickly. But a lot of people, they have an unconscious thought and action. So you're going to be manifesting the flip to that. Pain, suffering. You know what I mean? This is what a lot of people are dealing with, man. This is why I'm so big on spreading out this awareness about not only self, the subconscious, because your subconscious programming is controlling your reality, not this conscious mind. This is why I say this yapping business, because people can talk all day, but your action will speak louder than your words. Believe it or not, man. Because a lot of people, they like to chat a lot but not do a lot, man. And I was one of them, you get me? But I got to this mental state now where I'm really tapped into action, man.
I think we've all been there.
Yeah, we've all been there. This is why we don't judge and put people down. You know, when people...
person.
No, sir, because we're all reflections of each other.
Yeah.
We're in different states, different dimensions, living in this reality together. So we really come here to help each other elevate.
Yeah, absolutely. It is the big awakening. And you know the is it the 100 monkey syndrome?
Yeah, monkey see, monkey do.
Monkey see, monkey do. But the 100 monkeys that what was I listening to? I can't remember the guy's name now, but he was talking about what happened with these monkeys. They where they were, they could only get that they gave them some fruit that they could have, and they would all come down and have the fruit. So they decided to do an experiment with the monkeys then, and then take them to where there was a lot of sand, and I think it was like a sticky fruit. So the fruit that they gave them was covered with sand. So obviously, then look, I said they can't eat it. It's covered with sand, so they didn't eat it. So they took 2 of the monkeys away from the island and did the same thing with them. But what they did was they taught the 2 monkeys how to go down to the sea and wash off the sand and eat the fruit. So guess what? The 2 monkeys go back, and in no time, all of the 100 monkeys were washing off the sand and eating the fruit. But moreover, I mean, something that you have to just say to yourself, it's got to be on a subconscious level. It can't be anything other. That the exact same thing happened on another island. But guess what? The fruit was already there, covered off with sand. Not one of the monkeys from the other place was there to walk down and take peace and go down. And all 100 monkeys went down, picked up the fruit and took it to the sea and washed it and ate it. Now that is on a subconscious level. You get what I'm saying? That's the consciousness. That's them connecting consciously. They weren't there to show them. They didn't know anything about it, but they did it. That's how we come together as a collective. Yeah,
you just reminded me of something now. Penny Kelly speaks about this. With consciousness, people fall into alignment. Yeah. So this is what happens now. What you was just discussing there is energy. There's a transfer of energy. Yes. So even if you're not able to see the example, you're feeling the energy. Absolutely. And it's making you take a different action. Absolutely. This is why the love frequency is so powerful when everyone comes together. Because everyone feels it. So people that are going through suffering will feel your love if you're sending it to them. And it will have an effect. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why it's so key for them to keep you in the lower chakra, that lower brain, whereby, you know, all your feelings is of that lower nature. Do you get what I'm saying? So you have no empathy, you have no sympathy, you have no love. It's a flip. You get so by raising up that consciousness and that vibration, trust me. Imagine a world, and you can imagine this and speak into existence, a world where we have nothing but love, admiration, and respect for every living organism on the planet. You imagine that kind of a world. Wouldn't that be a beautiful world to have your sons and your daughters live in? Do you know what I'm saying? Where, you know, you could go anywhere, do anything, leave your doors open, you know everybody on your street, know them by name. You get what I'm saying? Know all the children. Who could come in there and create a division? Nobody. But right now we've got great big estates and neighbourhoods where people don't even know the next door neighbour's name. Everybody does, you know, scurries around, doing their own thing. You might get a glance, oh, hello, and then, you know, but you know nothing about them and know nothing about you, yet you live in such a close proximity. And that is a social experiment. If ever there's been a social experiment, it's been social housing. Because back in the day when I was a girl growing up, we knew every bogger. We knew everybody on the street. Back away, front away, side away. We knew them by name. You're right, Mr. Even Mr. So-and-so. Even Mr. So-and-so now. You know what? There's one key thing. You had less technology.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. That we didn't have that interference. Yeah. But now, you see, the technology is a wonderful thing because it's opened up. Good tool. It's a good tool, depending on how you use it.
Yeah,
we've used it to get a message out there to try and alert people to what's coming. in more ways than one, and how they can prepare their mind, body, and soul. Yeah, but others use it for, I see you, baby.
Chicken heads.
God bless them. You know what I'm saying? You have to love them all the same.
Yeah, man.
You know, because there's some of us that are born to be leaders, some are born to be followers, and some are born to just, I don't know, do nothing. You know, go through the matrix of existence and feel as if they've achieved something because, you know, they had a good job or got a nice car, and all of those things are all material things, and you're going to leave them behind. And however you might think you own them, you own nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You don't even own your breath, because every time you breathe, you got to give it back out there.
There you go.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's all temporary.
Exactly. So take less of the focus on those physical things out there, the trappings, the Louis Vuitton and the Balenciaga pedophile clothing range or whatever. Take your focus off that. Design your own brand. You know what I'm saying? Wear your brand. I mean, you know, the days where they take the iron and, you know, your kin and brand you and say them own you. No, that's what they used to do. Like you brand cattle, that's how they used to brand men and women. Wear your own brand. You know what I mean? Every family should have their own brand, have their own line. And you know what I'm saying? We don't need any of those trappings, because you can see where it's gotten us. Where you take promissory notes of paper, something as a promise to pay in the future, and all that's going to happen is the debt's going to be left for your generations to come. That's not something to hand down. You know what I'm saying? That's not an inheritance to hand down. Only per debt. No, sir. So yeah, Germany entering a recession. Whoop to do, Basil. When you hear the news telling you, oh, listen, is it the 5th biggest economy in the world, biggest in Europe? They've been in recession from time. It's just been the theatre that they've been performing for us. There's been acts going on, and when it gets really, really, oh gosh, we can't juggle these balls anymore, one of them's going to drop, then you'll have your massive false flag or whatever. On what scale? I don't know, bigger than 9/11 and 7/7 combined on Oklahoma, because they've all been false flags. Even Pearl Harbor was a false flag. You know what I'm saying? The Japanese were provoked to do what they did because these people just pull the string. They're called puppeteers or privateers, as we were talking about yesterday in the Zoom meeting. Privateers, where they do all sorts of things, and you think, oh, it's a police constable, or it's a so-and-so, it's a judge, or it's a, they're all privateers, and as such, they are pirates. Pirates of the Caribbean. We were told to actually check into that movie and watch it, because it's really telling you it's all maritime. You know, that's why when you're driving, the what's in the middle of the road, the big old circle that they plant up, they call it an island. Well, an island is something that's surrounded by what? Sea. So you're on waterways. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's maritime. And the UCC codes that we're all, which are commercial codes that we all live by, but we don't know it. That's why we get into so many traps with all the, like Mark says, the tricks and traps, because they are tricks and they are traps. And once they tricked you and trapped you, well, they've got you. You know what I mean? You're screwed. You really are. But the knowledge is out there, the information is out there, and so many people are starting to use that chakra, that, you know, yeah. Yeah? That throat chakra, and speaking their truth, which is absolutely fantastic. So as much as they want to shut down internet and suppress this, and like the 100 monkeys, it travels. You know, we connect. You know, they can't stop that from happening, because that's what we are. We're frequency beings, you know what I mean? We're energy beings, so they can't stop that. And that's why so much is happening in the world. There are those that are still controlled by whatever they images presented to them on the television, or what somebody says, and then they'll react to that. And then there are those that, you know, are higher in terms of their awareness and their consciousness, and know that, hang on a second, we know that you're puppeteering, we know that you want to pitch man against woman, boy against girl, you know, Nubian against, you want to do all of those things, but we're not buying into it. Push your transgender agenda, we're not buying into it. And those are the people that are moving forward and doing good things and great things in their lives. But we all need to be at that stage. But like my mom says, everybody can't ready one time. Facts. Even though we're in the situation that we're in. Yeah, come in, my youth.
Yeah, slowly but surely, you know. Slowly but surely. Yeah, pleasant energy. That's how it should be. Yeah, man, because, you know, like I like to say, yeah, we're we emit frequency all the time. So it's key to tap into our energy frequencies because it's always getting presented back to us. So we have to realize that we are truly powerful, and there's two sides to life, the darkness and the light. And a lot of us have been tapped into this darkness, and
Yeah.
it causes so much pain and suffering. You know, that's the 3D mentality, pain and suffering.
Yeah.
And the 5D mentality is love and harmony, you know, peace. And it's that time now. You know, shout outs, I gotta shout this guy out. You know, Lady Crown put me onto him. Dr. I don't want to say his name wrong, you know. Dilbert Blair? Or
Delbert.
Delbert, that's it, Delbert Blair. That guy was
metaphysics.
Metaphysics. He was talking about the transitioning period from 3D to 5D and how the magnetic field around us is going to be changing. You know, great things are coming, man. You know, great healing's coming onto the planet, but you have to be at a certain frequency. Otherwise, you're going to have hard life. You actually might even transition. You know, it's not a joke, man.
Yeah, it's not a joke.
Like, we're frequency beings, so we have to be at a certain frequency to stay on this planet because the planet's ascending. It's doing a cleanse. Because trust me, the planet's got its own sun as well. You know, right in the core. The planet's got its own system, and because a lot of mankind has been hurting the planet, she feels, and she will react. You know, because the planet's got its own defense system. Man thinks that it owns the planet. Big illusion.
Yeah.
Because Mother Nature always has the last say.
Always.
So
always
treat the planet like you would want you to be treated in a good way, and great things can occur for you. And before I bring Lady Crown back in, I got a download from one of the Ascended Masters, and this is so simple. He said, say love 6 times every hour in your waking day, and great things will occur. Just give it
6 times every hour.
6 times every hour, and say great things will occur.
All right. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah, we've got you know, a crumbling, failing financial system, and it's getting worse by the day. The focus is on America and SBV and, you know, Wells Fargo or whatever banks, you know, that have already gone in into receivership or been brought out by the bigger banks, but they're all interconnected, all of them. Now, what some banks are doing is making it more difficult for you to withdraw cash. Those of owner out there that have money in there, because let's face it, all the people that they have back shit out of I'm sorry, I've got to say it. Them did have back shit out of them broke, you know. But there are some people out there, you know, who've worked really hard, toiled away, got pension, you know, been very frugal and got some money in there, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,000. Now, because of what's happening, I don't know if we've got a run on the banks per se in the UK, but people are starting to wake up to what's happening and wanting to withdraw cash. So a lot of the banks are, I would say they are making it difficult for you to take out your one money. Hence the reason why you shouldn't have a whole heap of money in there. That way you and them ain't got no problems. Because remember, you become a creditor. Once your money gets paid in, whether it's your salary or once you walk along in there and you go and put your money takings in from your business or whatever, it no longer belongs to you. It belongs to the bank. The bank loans it out, and you know what their loans are like. They lend it out to people that default, so therefore the money gone. And then when you want to get some of it back, it's a bit of a problem. So this is I was looking at NatWest terms with regards to their cash withdrawals, and they're just, well, let me just read this to you. And this is across all of the banks here. Cash withdrawal guidance for personal customers only. Cash withdrawal requests over the counter can be supported during Monday to Friday within our opening hours. Can be supported. Yeah, it says can be, not will be. They might tell you straight up, isn't it? Cash withdrawals are the least secure way of making payments, given the number of other alternative options available through our online. Now, you have to laugh at that. The least secure way. When everybody, ask me how many people you know who's had their bank accounts hacked since they've been online. Mine's been done at least, twice. And I know bare people whose accounts have been hacked. But cash is the least secure. Okay, on our online banking and mobile app services. Yeah, right. please consider more secure ways of completing your transactions. But if you want cash, there's only one way to get the money, isn't there? And speak to a member of our team if you would like more information or support. Our primary aim is to keep customers safe and secure. Where have we heard that before? Safe and effective. Well, we know what happened with that, don't we? Okay. And our branches follow our process carefully to achieve this. This will include asking you questions about the purpose of your cash withdrawal. Now, if anybody ever hear me die in trial, yes, it's all right, just having a little, yeah. Yeah, what that said. This will include asking you questions about the purpose of your cash withdrawal, and in some cases, for supporting documentation, such as an invoice. Wait a minute. Are your money? You're going in there to take out 1, 5, 10, 20,000, whatever. And they're going to ask you questions. Yeah. And you might have to provide documentation to get your money out. Listen, if this is not alarming UNO out there, now they don't know what we'll do. Yeah, yes, it's gone on one now. This helps us validate withdrawal as genuine and protect you against fraud and scams. Listen, what more validation do they need? It's your account, it's your money, you're going in there to withdraw it. But the backside, more them need. What more do they need to validate? You've not sent your granny in there to go make a withdrawal for you. You've gone in there yourself, you know? As a man or woman gone in there to take out your money. Hear this. For cash withdrawals between 5,000 and 19,999, yeah? It is advisable to give us 24-hour notice, particularly if you would like specific denominations. Well, there's only 5, 10s and 20s. I think some cases you can get 50s, even though they don't like to hand those out. So let them know 24 hours before. For cash withdrawals over 20,000, we require 3 business days notice because they don't have the money in the bank. It's not there. Okay? You can pre-advise us of your transactions via our customer support team. And there's a telephone number. When visiting one of our branches to make a cash withdrawal, you will need to bring your debit card and PIN. You may also be asked for secondary ID such as driving license or passport. Relevant paperwork to support your payment purpose. If this exists, for example, the property works, please provide an invoice. Can you listen? I don't know how people aren't incensed because this to me is bang out of order. But like I said, you're a creditor, remember, so they can ask you anything. To be prepared for our branch colleagues to be prepared for our, oh no, this is you to be prepared for our branch colleagues to ask further questions about your withdrawal request, which can sometimes take up to 30 minutes. Then I go grill you, put in a one chair, put thumbs through the span, yeah. Why you want the money? For what purpose? Schwab is going to interview you. Providing advance notification of request does not mean it has been authorized. So even though you give them advance notice, it's not been authorized. Check this out. In some instances, we may decline the cash withdrawal based upon the information provided surrounding the transaction. Now you've gone in, you've given them the notice, 2 days, 3 days, gone in to go and get you 20 grand, 40 grand, whatever it is. They can still decline the cash withdrawal. This would only ever be in a situation where we need to safeguard, what we have that word before so many times, our customers. For more information, please review our terms and conditions. That's NatWest. That goes across all of the banks. So those of you out there with your mothers and your fathers, your grandmothers and your grandfathers who've worked their socks off, they're the salt of the earth, the backbone. They are going to thief their money. They're going to prohibit them from accessing it, especially if you want to take it in the form of... They don't mind. You can go online and do all your digits because it's one figure here, one figure... Oh, yeah. It's not... there's nothing going into your hand physically. Yeah? They're going to want to know your devil knows all when you're going there to... And even when you've made a request, 3 days, giving them 3 days notice or 24-hour notice, depending on the amounts that you want to withdraw. That happened to my mum year before last, 2 years ago. Grilled her like I don't know what, and she was like, well, I just want to make some some gifts to my grandchildren, to my children. Oh, what's it for? What, I said, well, I don't see it's any of your business. Well, if you don't tell us, then we'll send the police round. That's what they actually said to her. Oh, no money. I said, so what more do you need? to make you know and realize they are telling you quite clearly it's not yours. And now you're the creditor. So now they're going to consider whether to let you have it or not. So alert your peeps them out there, those of you out there with I'm going to say parents, with mothers and fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers, uncle, aunts who've worked hard, have them tools Jill put on there for a rainy day. Tell them that the rainy day is already here. They need to convert it as soon as possible. Go into your tangible assets. And those of you out there with savvy with Bitcoin or some of the cryptocurrencies, I suggest you move it ASAP. ASAP. It's going to be messy if you don't. Trust me. Now you'll be done.
Yeah, keep on spreading love out there.
Oh, yes.
And remember that you've got the power, you know? Keep
You've
on
got the power.
You've got You've got the power.
Yeah.
Trust me, real life.
Don't know.
Trust me. It's a flip, no rehearsal, no script, no acting going on. And yeah, keep working on your mind, body, and soul in order to achieve your goals. Because we're there with you.
Spiritually.
You don't know, bro and sis. Stay blessed. STS and Lady Crown, over and out. Peace and blessings.
Peace, my people. Strong days.
Strong